Hello and welcome to another episode of Becca's Talking, where every week we get together with people with interesting stories to tell, and it's just a wide variety, a potpourri of people. As a matter of fact, one of these days, you just find yourself going on that rabbit hole and checking out all the great guests we have. Got a great guest for you today, but before we get to that, I want to talk about our new sponsor. Havana Garage in the Old Market. You're looking for a great place to relax, great place to just sort of unwind in the Old Market. You got cigars. It's a cigar bar with a great humidor, with incredible selection of cigars, incredible selection of whiskeys, and just a friendly atmosphere. Kind of an old school place. You'll see pictures of like Sinatra and Dean Martin on the wall, and you just sort of relax in leather chairs and just sort of enjoy the evening. Whether you're looking for something to do before or after a concert in the CHI Center, or maybe you're looking for just a great Friday night date night, or maybe just a happy hour to get away. The Old Market, Havana Garage. I may see you there from time to time. Yeah, no doubt about that. Check it out. Tell them Becca sent you. Say appreciate them sponsoring Becca's Talking. My guest is Heather Schmidt. Heather is a breast cancer survivor. October is Breast Cancer Survivor Month. And I just thought that this would be interesting to talk to a woman that has actually gone through this. I mean, I'm a cancer survivor. My cancer was bladder cancer, and thankfully, as far as I know, I'm cancer free and everything is good. That's awesome. But I know what you go through to get to this point, to get to where you're on the other end of it, and I think that hopefully we can help people understand more of what you go through in this sort of a situation. I made the comment. I've said that. The first time the doctor tells you have cancer, everything else sounds like the teacher in the Charlie Brown.
Yes. Yeah, yes, it does.
Yeah. You have cancer. Wah, 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 wah. So tell me, first of all, how did you know or how did you suspect that you had cancer?
So I had my annual mammogram in 2018, and they found a spot. And so we had to do a couple biopsies and MRIs, and they tested, and it turned out it was breast cancer.
Was it no, there's different types of breast cancer, right?
Yes.
Was this a fast-spreading one? What type of breast cancer was this?
Nope, it was a slow one. It was something, so it hadn't been on my previous mammogram. Mm-hmm. And I would have never found it because there wasn't a lump. It was so far in that I never would have found it on my own.
You said something right there that, remind a lot of women, get your mammograms.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know, but what I've been told is not all that comfortable.
Not always, no.
Yeah, it's not all that comfortable, but it's very important that they get the checkup.
Yes, I've been getting mammograms for probably 20 years now. Mm-hmm. My mom had breast cancer twice, so I've always been very, very focused on getting that done every year.
So there was a history of breast cancer in your family?
Yes.
And that's normally the case, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot in our family. That was like one of the first cases, but, just always get checked. And
you say your mom had it twice. Did she survive the second time? Or?
Yes, she did. She had it in each one.
Yeah.
She did radiation both times, so.
Okay, well, good. Okay, so now you've been told you've got cancer.
Yes.
All right, you've gone through the what the hell is going on.
Yes.
Going through that. What do you do next?
So I just I already had it in my head that I was going to get it. So I'd kind of already been preparing myself for, that one day. I volunteer with a lot of cancer organizations, so I kind of just knew what to, where to go from there. I took it day by day, just kind of, okay, you need to do this. I had amazing doctors, so I followed all their instructions. I had a lumpectomy, and then I had radiation for 6 weeks. Luckily, I didn't have to do chemo and some of that stuff. And then I had to get shots every month for a few years after that.
What do you say a lumpectomy? What is that?
They go in and try to take out the tumor, and then they'll biopsy it and see if there's more cancer or if it's spread. They go in and take out some of your lymph nodes, and then they test everything to see if it's spread into your lymph nodes, and that kind of helps determine what the next course of action is.
So you were fortunate that you've been able to keep your breasts.
Yes.
Okay, because not a lot of women have that opportunity.
No, they don't. they don't. And I've met a lot of cancer survivors that unfortunately they had to go through all that.
When you talk to those women, what do they tell you? Because I would imagine, thankfully you were able to keep your breasts, but I would imagine that's such a personal thing for a woman.
Yes.
That to lose them, that's got to have such a massive psychological effect.
Yes, it's very hard for them because, they just, it's like something got taken away from them that, something personal that they've had all their life. And they feel different about their body and everything. So it's really hard for a lot of people. Some, I think, again, just kind of did it because it needed to be done. And they feel better now. And, you can get reconstruction and all that type of stuff, too.
So it's a long process, but in the long run,
Yes.
As they say, you're alive.
Yes,
You're alive.
exactly.
Okay, so you had the lumpectomy. And you had, did you say chemo or radiation?
Radiation.
Radiation. What type of side effects were with the radiation?
The biggest side effects that I had were I had like a sunburn where they did the radiation. And then, let's see. I was tired towards the last couple weeks of radiation, but other than that, I didn't really have.
See, with
anything.
me, mine was chemo.
Yep.
And you're right. I mean, it just knocks you on your butt.
Yes.
It just knocks you on your butt when you have that, and you're tired, and you want to get out of bed, you want to get off the couch, but it's just so much easier to just stay there and rest, and you got to listen to your body. And of course, then with the chemo, I also lost a bunch of my hair, and it's I got people. It's I never thought I'd have short hair, and I like it now that it is. But it's amazing that people would say, "Hey, I really like your hair." Well, that really had nothing to do with it.
Right.
Okay, so you had that. So then, now, when were you first diagnosed?
Let's see. I got my diagnosis March 26th of 2018.
Okay, so that's been what, 6 years now? Yeah.
Yes.
6 years now, and you're cancer free now.
Yes, I'm cancer free now.
But you go in on regular mammograms.
Yes, I go in every year, have a regular mammogram. Scared to death every time I go in
Yeah.
because you just never know what they're going to find again or. So.
Yeah. How concerned are you about that?
I'm concerned just because my mom's had it, she had it twice and stuff. So I always think that I could end up with it a couple times or.
Did you ever consider removing your breasts? I mean, 'cause I know some women do that. Some women will just, matter of fact, even before they're diagnosed with breast cancer, they know they've got the gene, family history and all that. And I've read of women that have done that. Comic Tig Notaro, I believe she did that, where she just had her breast removed and said, "I don't need these."
Yep.
Did you consider that?
I did not at that time. I think if I had gone through chemo, I may have considered doing that. But yeah, at the time, I was just like, I'll take the least.
Yeah.
Because, I still have to go to work. I have to make money. I can't be off for however long it takes me to recuperate.
Sure.
And that type of stuff. So
Yeah, that's the other thing about it. While you're going through this, you've got to have a life.
Yes.
What, do you mind me asking? I mean, what's your family life? Do you have husband, kids?
Nope. I'm single. I have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
So
yeah. that does that make it easier or harder?
I think it makes it harder because then you're, because I don't have another income to rely on. So, I kind of have to just do everything on my own. So
Did you have a good support system, though, with family and friends?
I did. Very good support system.
Because that's really important, isn't it?
Yes. Yep. And there's a lot of organizations, local organizations here in Omaha that I was able to get hooked up with and, met other cancer survivors. And so, yeah, I've got all kinds of support if I ever need it again.
When you go through all of this, and part of this is, from my own experience, that you go through all of this, you go through a period of serious depression, don't you?
I do.
At least I did. Yeah.
Yeah, mine didn't hit until later, probably 3-4 years down the road.
So after you'd been clean and everything for like 3 or 4 years,
Yep.
then it really hit you?
Yes.
A delayed reaction?
Yep. I, didn't take the time to, focus on myself and think about the diagnosis just because, there was so much other stuff going on. And then once I I met up with a group of breast cancer survivors, and we were talking one day, and I just was like, I was always one of those, oh, I just had radiation, so I feel like I probably didn't have it like everybody else, but these ladies are like, no, you still had breast cancer regardless. And then everything kind of hit me, and all the emotions that I think I'd put to the side on my over the years and stuff. So
because you do compartmentalize, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, not you. I mean, just people that are going through this. You know, I mean, I'm not saying you specifically, but I just think people.
Oh no, I do.
Yeah, you compartmentalize. It's like, okay, I've got this, but I've got my job, I've got this, I got other responsibilities.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't like to burden people with my problems, so I keep things to myself, and I don't.
Is that healthy?
No, it is not. I've learned that over the past few years, so now I'm trying to get better about.
Okay, so you're going to like some group sessions with people that have also dealt with breast cancer.
Yes, I had been. Yes, and now I do some volunteer with some organizations and stuff here in town. And
let's talk, if we can, about the women that have had the mastectomies and then the reconstructive surgery.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about, from what you know, can we talk a little bit about what they go through?
So they go through all kinds of emotions, because a lot of them that I know are married, so then they deal with their spouse that isn't quite sure how to handle things. They've lost their breast. They're going through chemo. They're losing their hair. Some of them have young kids. They don't know how to explain it to the young kids. Some don't have insurance, or some have insurance that's not paying very much. They're just going through all kinds of emotions. And then, some of them find out that it's spread to other parts of their body. So then they're dealing with that too. You're on medications, and the medications obviously have different side effects and could trigger all kinds of other stuff. So I think if you're doing that, you need to definitely find a support group or find other women that are kind of in the same.
Especially like in the month of October, all the NFL games, they got, the cancer things and, all the PSAs for breast cancer, and like we're doing this here. Do you sometimes just want to put this all behind you and say, I don't want to be defined by that?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes. I'm like, I don't need a month dedicated to reminding me that I had breast cancer. Yeah.
I've got a friend, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here. She had one breast removed, and she had the reconstructive surgery, and they tattoo a nipple.
Yes.
On that. Okay, so that it, now I've not seen it. Does it look like a real nipple? Do you know? Have you?
Yeah, it does. It does. And I know a lot of women that have, after they lost both of their breasts, instead of getting the reconstruction, they got tattooed all in that area.
Yeah.
It looks exactly.
But I know my friend has not been able to show her husband. She wears a T-shirt, to bed and all that. She's not been able to show her husband. She's not been able to. She's still sort of, I don't know, living in some sort of denial, I guess, over it.
Yeah, and I hear about that a lot too, where they just they don't want to show their significant other because they're ashamed or they're afraid of what their significant other might say.
Rejection or just and speaking from the male perspective about something like this, you don't know what to say.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't. I just say, I'm here for you. Tell me what I need to do.
Yep, and that's exactly what I think. Exactly what you need.
Is that?
Yep.
Would that be the right thing? You think?
I think that's legit. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, you mentioned earlier about women that maybe don't have the best health care. For the mammograms, does the American Cancer Society or Douglas County Cancer Society, do they offer free mammogram tests? Do they offer something like that to help these women out? Or
I don't believe so. That's a very good question, though. Yeah, I really don't know that for sure, but there are some places that do offer free mammogram screenings for people and stuff like that. So, and I know like a lot of health insurance nowadays, I think they have to
pay for that?
They have to pay for that.
Because they have insurance. So, by the way, this podcast is brought to you by the fine folks at Havana Garage in the Old Market. I want to thank them for their sponsorship and also remind you that when you're looking for something maybe out of the ordinary, something kind of fun to do, they got a great cigar bar there. They got a great selection of whiskeys and cocktails, craft cocktails, and just a nice atmosphere. Live music sometimes on the weekends, and just a great place to hang out with your friends. Outdoor patio, too, during this nice weather. Check it out, Havana Garage in the Old Market. So advice now, first of all, how old should a woman be before she gets her first mammogram?
My opinion should be the minute they're able to get their annual exam. But a lot of insurance now, you can't get one until you're like 35 or 40.
Okay.
Or maybe if you have a history of breast cancer. But I think there's just so many younger people nowadays that are getting it but don't know about it because, they don't have to get the mammograms at such an earlier age.
One thing we are fortunate about here in Omaha is that we do have such great medical facilities.
Yes.
Yes. The Buffett Cancer Center, you got Methodist, their cancer. You've got a lot of great medical facilities here to help people, not only with cancer, but with other illnesses too. So, we're very fortunate to have that here in Omaha.
Yes, we are very fortunate.
Yeah. Did you go in for second opinions and stuff, or just?
I did not. I trusted my gut and I trusted the doctors with the system I use. So I just did everything they told me.
Okay, that's part of it too. Do what they say and follow their routine, and they know what they're doing.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I see a lot. There are a lot of people that do get second opinions, but I had enough trust that.
I went for a second opinion because they were going to take out my bladder.
Right.
And I went for a second opinion, and the doctor said, if ever there was a candidate to have your bladder taken out, it's you. And it's like, okay, that's all I need to know. I was sort of maybe hoping for some, miracle cure out of the Buffett Cancer Center or something. Hey, did you have anything with stem cells or anything?
Right.
That you can do, but no, it doesn't. But thankfully, like I said, everything is, in my case and in your case both, have turned out okay.
Yes.
What type of counseling do you do for other women?
I just kind of lend an ear if they need to talk. Sometimes that's all it takes. It's just somebody who wants to talk. I haven't met anybody that's had the same type of breast cancer or the same experiences or anything like that. So, just let them kind of talk it out and just kind of be in there when they need something. Yeah,
just being there, man. That'd be your advice for anybody that's a friend of somebody going through this.
Absolutely, yes.
Just be there.
Yep, just be there. You don't even have to ask them what they need or, any of that type of stuff because they're getting that from a lot of other people that don't really know them.
Right.
Just, be there. If they need something, they'll let you know.
Yeah, and then you can help them out as best you can.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Anything else people should know about breast cancer and your experience and the experience of these other women? What else should they know about this as we continue on the month of October?
Just get your mammograms, and if you do get diagnosed, just know that there are plenty of places here in Omaha that offer all kinds of support for everything. And if you're going through treatments, there's the Hope Lodge here in town that you can stay at if you need to. But there's all kinds of resources and help. You just need to.
You say get the mammogram, and I would also assume though, that they should also do the self-examination.
Yes.
When they're in the shower, and if they see anything or feel anything suspicious,
yes,
they should go and have it checked right away.
Go get that checked.
Because when you were told, when you went in for the checkup and they told you, was there ever a time when you just said, I can't deal with this now, or put it aside, or did you automatically go and say, Okay, full speed ahead. Let's kick cancer's ass.
Yep, I went full speed ahead.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to take the time because if you keep waiting, it could turn out worse for you. So I was just like, I just want to get this done, do what I need to do, and
because I've heard stories of women that would feel the lump.
yes.
And then be sort of in denial. It's like, well, that's probably not that big of a deal. That's
Right.
probably just a little cellulite or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Women and men know their body, and when something's wrong, go get it checked out.
Yeah. And that's a great way to end this. Is if you know something's wrong, go get it checked out. And that is it is important. And by the way, although we're focusing on women in this, men get breast cancer too, don't they?
Men get breast cancer too.
So how does it? I mean, I'm not going in for a mammogram. Although I'd probably. But I'm not, was that wrong? Is that wrong? I'm sorry. I'm not going to go in for a mammogram. So, like for guys, just sort of like check to see if there's anything that doesn't quite feel right.
Yeah, I think that's how they get theirs is
Yeah.
just by if there's a lump or something and
Just go in and check. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'll tell you what. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Congratulations on your survival.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, if any women or men for that matter have any questions or concerns, contact the Douglas County Cancer Society. Right? I mean,
Yep, the American Cancer
The American
Society.
Cancer Society here in Douglas County. They've got great resources for you. They've got great people working there. They can put you in the right direction, help you out, offer you emotional support. They can offer you counseling as far as treatment. They can talk to you about your fears, your concerns. And so, give them a call, check them out, check out their website, and there's a lot of resources there for you there.
Yes.
All right? Pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you
we'll
so
see you
much.
later. Oh, by the way, as I said, brought to you by Havana Garage in the Old Market. Yeah, check it out. Okay, stop by. I'll probably see you there. Have a cigar, have a nice cocktail, sort of unwind and enjoy, especially this nice fall weather. Oh, you kidding me? They got outdoor patio and everything. Just go in and enjoy yourself, right? You deserve it. Havana Garage in the Old Market. Till next time, take care and bye, y'all.